Hey everyone, my name is Siobhan Evans-Egan. I am a psychic spiritual medium and shamanic practitioner. I'm also an admin on the International Mediumship page, which is a community of people on their spiritual path who are developing their psychic medium and healing abilities. And I will be sharing this video here as for learning. So anything that I talk about is only from my own experiences. So my purpose of doing this video is, as a reader and someone who works professionally and does readings, and even if you're in a circle and practicing, this is something I want you to kind of to take in. Not everyone that comes for a reading wants to connect in with a human loved one. For a lot of people, their pets are their lives. Their pets are their babies. And we make assumptions sometimes. We connect in with people, but families are tribes, and families make up of different people and beings, and pets are a massive part of that. So I feel after 2 decades of developing my abilities, I really get through my own experiences of losing my own pets, and to be on the other side of that loss, I really understand the importance of being open to reading animals, and to, if you're in a practice circle or practice readings, to practice that, to really get a feel of what that's like, because they are really important beings, and they're a massive part of people's lives and memories. So recently I did a reading for a lady whose male friend had passed, and the very first thing I connected him with was his dog. And she was so overwhelmed with emotion because his dog had passed before him, and she left a little vial of ash in her friend's coffin. And for her, that was amazing confirmation that they were together. So it made the whole reading for her to receive that. Also myself, that was in a situation of losing a dear pet, um, was I got a reading done, and it was a practice read, so we were practicing with each other, and the person connected in with my pet, my dog, and it was probably one of the most amazing readings I've ever received, because it just put me at peace. I received information about the dog's personality, the name, circumstances around his passing, everything that you would get with a human, you would get with an animal. You get their habits, things they like to do. Did they like to walk? Were they grumpy? Were they sitting in one spot? Did they have like certain food, a certain toy? And to give that reassurance and that love to a person who has lost their pet is just as important as giving one from their dad or their mom. So as psychic mediums and healers, I feel that we need to be really open to that. And if you haven't had a pet, or ever loved a pet or lost a pet, or even had a pet, it will be more difficult for you in a sense to understand that connection, because you don't have it, and you didn't have that experience. But it doesn't mean not to practice. It means if you're in a practice circle or you're doing it online, maybe the person could post you a photograph and you could practice reading in that sense. But animals are just as important. They're family members to people. They have been part of their life, their journeys, a very strong emotional connection. So this video is just a reminder to those who are practicing, or a profession, it doesn't matter, reading at all, doing medium readings, psychic readings. It's a really essential part of your development to know how to read animals and to recognize an animal when it's coming into a reading also. And it's very different because it's just a pure form of love. So it's a very different feel and very different energy. It's playful, but it's the same thing as when you're connecting in with a loved one. You'll connect in with the personality type. You can connect in with memories, connecting with names, connecting where they were from, connecting what type of dog. Myself personally, and don't let this put you off, I'm not really good with knowing the breeds of dogs. So I do, in a sense, and this is my practice, I kind of hold back sometimes on that, where I'd look for information in another way to give it about their dog. But sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. So don't let that block you, and don't let that stop you in trying. But if you think it's not significant as a developing reader to be able to expand your mind and expand your awareness to loved ones or to animals in spirit world, you're cutting yourself short in your readings, because you have no idea when a person walks in. We assume it's people, and most of the time it is, but it's an assumption that we make. And I feel that we need to be open to that idea of when they come in, but also to use practice readings to, in your circles, in your classes, whatever way, shape or form, to practice animal readings. Because a lot of people I do know heal animals. They do Reiki and things like that, so they have a very strong connection. A lot of people these days have more of a connection to animals than they do for pets. And you have no idea the impact of a pet that has on someone's life. So, or the changes that have come with it, or how they received the dog. It could have been from a loved one before they passed. So there's always something around it. So I suppose my advice is treat them just as important as the human part of their family, as a medium, as a psychic, as a healer, to recognize and to know and to be open to the idea that animals are just as amazing and beautiful as humans, and they have such an impact on people's lives. To bring back a connection about their dog, to let them know that their dog is okay, or who their dog is with, things like that. You're just open to the same, like the amount of information. But as I said, if you haven't had a pet, it will be a little harder to kind of understand that emotional connection, but that's not stopping you receiving information. So this is just a short video just for those who are developing their abilities, or professional, it doesn't matter, psychic mediums, how long you're doing this, to be open to this prospect of connecting with loved ones or animals for your loved ones. They're amazing, and receiving one after your dog has passed it's really lovely. It's very healing. So I hope I can pass this on to you, to pass on, to open up the connection to the animal world. Thanks, guys.